Hey everyone, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio, and I'm going to tell you the truth about the 49ers Cowboy game. It was a very interesting game, and I'm going to break this down. I'm going to tell you why Dallas lost. Uh, 49ers came out smoking. They came out pushing and punking the Cowboys. Uh, they were running the ball well. Jimmy G was making some big time throws. He was making it happen. And it was like, wow, they scored right away. Typical 49 drive. They get the ball, they pushed Dallas around, smacked Ezekiel Elliott around on their possession, make them punt. Here comes the 49ers down the field, 10-0. They get the field goal. Dallas is driving, they get shut down. The Niners are driving, and they're trying to, if they make this game 17-0, it's over. The way the Niners play defense. The Cowboys stiffened up a little in the run game and held them to 13-0. And I thought psychologically that was big. That was real big because it now the Cowboys are like, okay, we've been punched around and punked. We're only down 2 scores. The Cowboys respond, come down with a nice drive. Prescott beats a rare 49er blitz, and it's a touchdown to Amari Cooper, ran a great pattern. Now they got to stop the Niners. And Niners, Garofalo made some big time throws, and they get down to the Cowboy 34, but they get held to a field goal. So Dallas is doing a good job defensively, not allowing touchdowns. But then they have the ball, and they didn't have to could make it 16-14 and get the ball back, or 16-10. And they committed a lot of penalties. I believe 15 penalties the whole game, and it was a bad holding penalty that held up the drive and had to punt away. And now they that it's 16-7 at the half. And the Cowboys can't move the ball at all. Can't move the ball at all. And then Dak throws a bad interception. And then Debo finally was this was a terrific cutback, 26-yard touchdown. It was a beautiful run. He looked like an all-time great runner. He's supposed to be a receiver. 23-7. But I'm looking at that score and I'm like, listen, it's 2 scores and two-point conversion. Dallas still in it, third quarter, but they couldn't get anything going. But I'm gonna tell you something. Jimmy G started to mess things up, and he almost cost the Niners a game. One of the biggest plays of the game is when he's throwing down the field to Brandon Ayuk, who was wide open. They get that ball, they drive, they finish off the quarter with a game-clinching drive, and Dallas probably doesn't come back. That gave Dallas enough life where they ended up in the fourth quarter making a terrific fake punt play, and they don't score, but they get 3. So now they're 2 scores away from winning the game, and there's plenty of time. And the Niners do not score. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. We got trouble. The Niners don't score. Jimmy G gets intercepted. So it's bad play number 2. Give Dallas a short field. You have the ball to 49-yard line. You know they're scoring. And Prescott ends up rushing a 5-yard touchdown. Here's what really hurt Dallas. The Niners get stopped. The Cowboys, this is a valiant effort because Bosa in the whole second half, they don't have Bosa. They don't have they don't have Bosa, and they don't have Werner, and they're in trouble. And without 3 starters, they showed it was a heroic stop on 4th down where after 3 starters. And it's usually in these type of situations, Dak is good where Dak could drive in and give you the lead. But they stopped them on 4th down. But there's still time left. There's a minute 42 left. And the Cowboys committed 2 defensive idiotic defensive holding penalties where they could have got the ball back, and it gave the Niners more time. Lawrence commits a stupid defensive holding penalty when the play was past him. He didn't even have to do that because the running back was stopped. They would have maybe a minute left. Niners punt the ball. They don't. So the Niners ran a terrific reverse with Deebo Samuels, who gains 9. He looked like he made the first down, but then he ended up and then short. And then the Niners commit a false start penalty. And that false start penalties were killing teams this weekend. Ask the Raiders, and I'll get to that in a minute. And so they stop him. And now Dak Prescott has 32 seconds left. And I said, 32 seconds left at the 20-yard line. That's a chance. And Dallas, without those starters the Niners have on defense, they don't have them. The Cowboys come flying down the field. So a 2nd and 1 with 14 seconds left. And Dak Prescott runs the ball. You can't do that. You have the ball at the Frisco 41-yard line. What you need to do is throw a pass pattern at the 30, run out of bounds, then it won't even be a Hail Mary. Throw the ball in the end zone and try to see if CeeDee Lamb could go up and get it. But he rushes the ball up the field. I'm like, what is he doing with no timeouts? And he slides, and the referee everybody's scrambling. The referee took maybe a second or two that cost him, but the referee tried to rush and put the ball down. Dak hands the ball off to the center, which he shouldn't have did, and time runs out, and that's how they lose. It was a good win by the Niners. Jimmy G was okay, 16-25, 172. Bad interception. He missed that should have cost him the game. The bad interception and the missed play, because he did that in the Super Bowl. He missed a receiver streaking down the field for a touchdown and cost him against the Chiefs. But what happened was the Niners were able to hold on. It was a heroic effort by their defense. They really got after Dak Prescott, man. I mean, he got sacked 5 times. And Dak Prescott was 23 of 43, 254. It wasn't his greatest effort, but he didn't have a lot of time. And the Niners, I will say this, their secondary was superb. There was a couple breakdowns here, but they gave Dallas nothing. And if they don't have the short field on that bad interception, they might not have scored. Dallas had they had really one good drive. And that was it. The 49ers did a number on the Cowboys defensively. And the Cowboys blow it. They blew it. And this is a horrible. Now, the Niners should have won the game a little easier, but the Cowboys had an opportunity, the way they were driving, if they were smart, to maybe steal a game. And then they had the ball before with 2 minutes left and couldn't convert. Normally they do to finish these teams, and they didn't. And this is just a heartbreaking loss. Another one. You think about all these losses between Romo's in the 2000 era, the loss of the Giants, the loss of the Packers where they shouldn't have lost. If they'd have won, they probably would have won the Super Bowl, where Des Bryant, it was a catch. They didn't rule it. The loss to the Packers where they were favored at home and Rodgers got them. The loss of the Rams where they didn't show up. But the Packer game was heartbreaking because it looked like they had them, and Dak played outstanding, and Rodgers, with not much time left, went down the field and they kicked a miracle field goal. In this one, where they did a good job on the run, they didn't get, I mean, the Niners are going to run the ball on you, but man, that could have been worse. And they did a good job on the running game. I mean, Mitchell had 96 yards, but it was only 3 yards per carry. And Deebo gashed him a couple of times, but a lot of times the Cowboys took away the edges like they were supposed to, but they made some bad breakdowns, holding calls, a couple of breakdowns in the secondary. Diggs gets burned again, overplaying, which he's got to work on. but they still had an opportunity to win and they didn't cash in. And this is bad because everybody was healthy. And yeah, they're going forward. They're still young and they still got guys on their rookie contracts and there's still a 2 or 3 year window. But man, with all the bad fortune, they got some dragons to slay. This is not going to be easy to break through. And what if the NFC East starts to get better? They have to win next year or the year after before the Giants and the Washington football team and the Eagles figure it out. The Eagles are improving. Now, I'm going to get to the next game after this break. All right, I'm going to get to the Tampa game. Tampa beat up on the Eagles. The Eagles didn't look like they belonged at all in the play. They were not a playoff team. And Tampa, give Tampa credit. They won 31-15. Brady was 29 of 37, 271, 2 TDs. They had a backup. Now, Evans was terrific, 117 yards and a touchdown. Gronk got his usual touchdown. The defense was solid. Philadelphia was just yuck. Hurts was pedestrian, 60 QB rating. He missed on half his passes, TD, two interceptions. They didn't run it. Smith only had 4 receptions for 60 yards. It was just Tampa's defense was solid. You know, I get on their secondary. This was a first-round bye. This was just a tune-up for them to play the winner of the Rams and the Cardinals. If it's the Rams, I'm picking the Rams to beat Tampa. Because Brady did. Now, listen, Brady got sacked 4 times. And the Rams, I remember that matchup. The Rams got to win. If the Rams win, the Cardinals win, I'm picking Tampa to win. But let's get to the Sunday game. The Bills and the Patriots. That was an exorcism. I have never seen this before. The Bills had 7 possessions, 7 touchdowns. They missed a couple of extra points. No punts against the Belichick team. And I can tell you where this got out of hand. Josh Allen ran the ball well. There was one play on 3rd down where the Patriots played it perfectly. They had a spy and he set up. And here comes Josh Allen running. Here comes the spy. Josh Allen ran right past the spy for a long gain of 1st down. And away they went. And Mac Jones, he wasn't ready for this. It was 2 interceptions. And Harris only had 30 yards. They were not going to run on him this time. And Allen was 21 of 25 with 5 touchdown passes in the wind. Singletary ran the ball in between the tackles. There were times it looked like, I was just surprised, a couple 3rd and 2s where New England's usually stout. He just ran right through them and got 1st downs. Allen had 66 yards rushing. He runs the ball in between the tackles without getting hurt. That is very interesting and good. Knox is becoming a threat now, not only with Dawson Knox and Diggs are now that 1-2 punch with McKenzie getting the passes, and they're poised and ready for a run. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl, and I was about to get off the bandwagon, but this team could get to the Super Bowl without a doubt in my mind. Now let's get to the other game, the Las Vegas Raiders and the Bengals. This was a back-and-forth game, but the Bengals scored first, and then the Raiders were about to score, and then it was a illegal procedure penalty that cost them, had to kick a false start, and then they had to kick a field goal. A lot of false start penalties that took away drives for Oakland. Holding penalties that were costly when they were driving, and the Bengals ended up, Burrow lit them up early. And then the Raiders kind of were stout when Bengals were driving. So it's 13-3. And then it's 13-6. All right. But then they fumble. Chris Evans fumbles. And then here come the Bengals driving down the field. And you can't turn the ball over against Joe Burrow. Tyler Boyd, who's money on 3rd down. Now, this was the play, and the referees have to do better. They blew the whistle Now, this should have been a touchdown, which it was, but they blew the whistle and the play should have been dead because they thought Burrow was out of bounds, but they let it continue. The Raiders stopped playing. Touchdown, bad call. And I like this game. I wanted to see it go down the wire. These two teams beat each other up and go down the wire. But I hate that there's a bad call that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. If you're a fan that just wants to watch, you don't have no rooting interest. I was pulling for Carr, but it didn't matter to me. And I just wanted a close game. But I did get what I wanted because Oakland cut it to 7 and they're driving after they score. After they get a field goal, 26-19, and they stop the Bengals. So now the Raiders have the ball to 35 and they're driving. I love the drama, and they're driving down the field. And then Jermaine Pratt, 4th and goal at 9 with 17 seconds left. I got what I wanted. Beautiful. Jermaine Pratt intercepts. Nice play by Cincinnati to get their first win since 91. Congratulations to the Bengals. I got what I wanted. It was a close game. That's fine. Bengals move on. I believe they're going to play the Tennessee Titans, and that's going to be a contrast of style because King Henry and their running power style going against Burrow and all those weapons. So I will predict that later in the week. But there you have it. That is the NFL landscape in a nutshell. The Steelers and the Chiefs are scoreless, so they're still playing each other, and we'll see who ends up playing Buffalo. Either Buffalo goes to Kansas City or the Steelers go to Buffalo. But just this week, my take this weekend was Dallas blowing the game, and the Niners moving on to Green Bay. And I'm going to tell you something before I end this show. If Garoppolo, if they don't run the ball, and Bosa and Warner's not going to be able to play now, I think they'll be able to play. If they don't be, and they're able to play, and they get the lead and they don't close, Aaron Rodgers is going to close. Aaron Rodgers is not going to scramble and slide and run the clock out. And Green Bay is not going to commit stupid defensive holding penalties on the run that extend drives. Green Bay's not doing that. Niners have to clean that up, or they're going to go get beat in Lambeau. As physical as on the roll they are, if they go out there shorthanded, or if Garoppolo throws, and there's a couple times that the Cowboys should have intercepted him. If he ends up turning that ball over Lambeau, they get that. Green Bay's winning. You're not getting second chances like the Cowboys gave you.